I wanted to quickly discuss this really interesting article in The Lancet that was just published here a couple of days ago. Vitamin D and COVID-19. Do deficient risk a poor outcome? So what this article goes on to talk about is the difference in mortality in some countries and what the potential role of vitamin D is in terms of COVID-19. And it says here that a growing body of circumstantial evidence now also specifically links outcomes of COVID-19 and vitamin D status. It talks about the fact that SARS-CoV-2 began its spread in the northern hemisphere at the end of 2019 when vitamin D levels are at their lowest. Also found that a cross-sectional analysis across Europe, there was a significant association between vitamin D status and mortality in different populations. This, of course, was the exception in Nordic countries, but these are the ones that have pretty good fortification of vitamin D in a lot of their foods. Of course, the mortality rates were high in Italy and Spain, but surprisingly, the prevalence of vitamin D deficiency was common in those countries. They also found that dark skin and minorities had higher mortality rates, and that it's these very populations that seem to have a higher prevalence of vitamin D deficiency. For example, they cite that data from the UK Office for National Statistics show that Black people in England and Wales were 4 times more likely to die from COVID-19 than were white people. Then they go on to link this with several biologically sound studies. First, they say that vitamin D supports the production of antimicrobial peptides in the respiratory epithelium. Also, that vitamin D helps to reduce the inflammatory response against SARS-CoV-2. Especially in the renin-angiotensin system, of which the receptor for SARS-CoV-2, namely the ACE2, is part of. There's also the TILDA study. The TILDA study is being carried out in Ireland, and we showed you this a number of weeks ago on Medcram, which showed that vitamin D is key potentially in reducing a lot of acute respiratory infections.